Hey there, everybody. New studio, new intro. I'm just here to remind you guys before you listen to today's episode, make sure you follow the show and subscribe wherever you listen. If you watch the show on YouTube, make sure you subscribe there, you comment, you like, and you share. Also, follow my social media, all of it, both Instagrams, my Twitter, follow it all. Your life is to be consumed by my life. Tell everybody that you know about me. Start conversations with the fact that the Smoking Simian is your favorite podcast. Bombard everyone that you know and love with the Smoking Simian. Send them links day in and day out of my show, of the episodes, of my posts. Get thrown out of your house because the only thing that you care about is the Smoking Simian. Do it. Enjoy today's episode. Bye-bye. All right, we're here.
Hello.
First guest in the new place.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
We were planning it while I was in the old place, but shit happens.
Yeah. Shit
Indian
happens.
families, you tell me.
Yeah. I always say it's a family thing. Yeah. That's my excuse every time. Even if I'm tired, family. I'm kidding. I was serious with the excuse. I actually had family over.
Right. Yeah. No, that's cool. Even if you were tired and you lied, I don't care.
Yeah. No, that's a big character flaw. Like, you should tell the
I
truth.
allow my friends to lie a couple times.
Yeah.
You gotta give them a couple freebies.
No, I don't.
No?
No, I don't forgive.
First time?
I don't forgive. Damn. You lie to me even about having, like, you say you had 4 M&Ms yesterday, but you actually had 3. We can't talk to you anymore.
Damn.
Yeah.
I think I'm trying to think if I've lied to you yet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you if I have, and I want you to stand on this principle.
Yeah. Well, I'm just gonna leave right away. I'm gonna drop the mic and leave. Yeah.
Hopefully, don't dent it.
Yeah.
But anyway,
these are really nice microphones, dude.
Yeah, they look nice, but they're cheap.
Yeah.
You know how much this microphone is? Just give me a guess.
You said they're cheap. $30.
All right. They were like 40 with shipping and handling, but they were set at like 30 something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could have just told me I was right. You didn't have to say the.
I could have.
Yeah, I got the price right. You said the shipping and handling.
Yeah, but this isn't. What's that show? The Price is Right. You don't get points for that.
Yeah, but you like said it was wrong. It was wrong, but you said shipping and you didn't say it was wrong.
No. See, I was getting into specifics.
Yeah.
Which we didn't agree upon.
Right.
But that's what it is. Anyway, let's talk about something actually. So, we met through comedy, which is pretty cool. You're like kind of my.
Yep.
As weird as this sounds, you're like kind of my first comedy friend.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like really.
A lot of pressure.
Yeah. Don't fuck this up. But if you lie to me, it's cool. No. How long have you been doing comedy?
I've been doing it since 2018. No, not 2018. That's when I graduated college. Probably my first open mic I probably did in 2015.
Really?
Yeah. I tell people 5 years because that's probably how long I've been committed to it. At least doing it like once a week. But then past few years I ramped it up to like at least 3 to 5 nights a week. So now I'm like consistent doing it.
Right.
Yeah. So I started in college.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I used to play tennis competitively and then I didn't. And then it was to fill that void.
So it was like, you're like, I don't want to be an athlete. I want to be a sick person that goes on a stage.
Yeah, exactly.
Terrible things.
Well, I was lonely. Like when I entered college, I was super lonely and like I just didn't want to do fraternity parties and drink and like, have drunk sex.
Sure.
Which I feel
Who
like
wants that?
A lot of freshmen do, I think, in college.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't want to, I don't want to do that. So I was like, let me do something that just hurts you, like, and experience silence. No, the reason I started doing it was like, Steve, that was so dark.
No, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It fills the void. I mean, once all that depends on is that you found something.
Yeah.
If you didn't latch on to anything, then it's like, fuck, what am I gonna love my job? Like,
well, that was the thing too. I was in class and like studying like economics and business and like finance and stuff, and I was like just staring, and I felt like we all were just like robots, just programmed to do the same exact thing. Mm-hmm. Like we all had to do well on the test. There's no like individuality. You know what I mean?
I'm paying attention.
Yeah. It was objective. Yeah. Well, you're editing too at the same. Not editing, but you gotta,
I'm fucking around.
You're multitasking.
Yes. Good word.
Yeah.
So what was your major?
That's a pretty simple word. Multitasking.
Yeah, but I mean, good word to describe the situation.
Right.
Sure.
I appreciate it.
What'd you go to school for, and were you lonely because you moved out of state, or was it?
Yeah. I moved out of state, and I came from a small town, and my big identity was tennis. I was a tennis player, and everyone was like, Shiv's a good tennis player. That was like my identity, and the people I grew up with, we all went to high school together. I had strong continuity throughout my upbringing. I just stayed in the same school system. I didn't have to move anywhere.
Yep.
So everyone knew me. I was super comfortable with everyone. And then again, everyone knew me. But then when I went to Boston University, once I was in the city, there was a lot more students there. People didn't really care about me. You know what I mean? And it brought me back to reality where I was like, oh my God, East Greenwich, where I grew up, is just a bubble. It's like a small little bubble.
Sure.
And then you actually have to make connections with people. And not be afraid to talk to new people in order to make it, but in order to establish, if you move to a new place, you know?
Yeah, well, it's a completely, you're so used to having everyone that you grew up around.
Yeah.
You're able to rely on them, and you're able to rely on their families if need be. Like when you have real close friends.
Yeah.
You know that your buddy's uncle has a truck so we can move something. You know what I'm saying? You guys can help each other out.
Yeah.
And then when you go somewhere completely new, especially I didn't go away for college. I stayed in Rhode Island. You're obviously from Rhode Island.
Yeah. I'm from Rhode Island. Yeah.
So the place where nobody leaves, and they all go to the same place if they do, Florida.
Right.
They all go to Florida.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't go to one of the, not a party school, I'd say, but if you go to Florida or California, I feel like those tend to have some more party schools.
Yeah.
But I kind of went to Boston, and then that's again how I got into comedy. I saw Russell Peters do stand up, and he said "oh shit" as if that was I saw Russell Peters. Oh boy, oh boy.
That's awesome. Russell Peters. I remember watching Russell Peters as a kid, and I was like, this motherfucker is funny.
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
he was great.
Yeah,
he's still great.
He's very witty. His crowd work strong.
Yeah.
And I was like, he's Indian and he does it well. And I'm Indian. Maybe I can do it. I didn't do it because I was Indian. But he was just
I know what you're saying.
Yeah. I saw.
You got some representation.
Yeah. I was like, he made it. Let me try to be funny. And then I started doing mics and I bombed for 3 years, and I almost quit, and I just didn't. And so I'm still stuck in the game.
That's a good game to be stuck in. It's a lot of fun.
It is fun overall, and especially as you get more experience with it, it's more fun.
Yeah.
Because I know more people now in comedy, and across different markets.
Yeah, once you start to let yourself be a part of the culture,
right?
Which is, for me personally, I don't know about you, but for me, it's always been kind of a struggle to do that.
Right.
Let myself fall into how everybody is mingling together. But for whatever reason, it works in comedy because everybody is. Most people get into comedy because of some realization, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The way you said it was everybody is kind of doing the same thing, and I want to step out. There's no individuality to this. Everyone's doing the same shit, following the same path.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to be like a robot. And I just wanted to be unique in some sort of way, or be able to express myself.
Yeah.
I was weird in college. I not weird. I could talk to people, but I wasn't socially inept. But I don't want you to think I was really bad at talking to people.
I totally assumed that.
I had some awkward interactions though, especially on asking out girls and stuff.
Sure.
I was it was always really awkward. This is a complete tangent.
No, that's fine.
But
that's a lot. That's what's weird about comedians is they're weird in everyday circumstances.
Yeah.
And then when they're on stage, for whatever reason, they can say crazy things that they would never say normally.
Right.
You know?
Right. Yeah, exactly. You can be yourself, authentic self on stage because you can just say how you feel or what you want to say or what you're thinking, and that's unrestricted and it can be funny. So you feel like you can just be your authentic self, and once you develop the skill and the timing and all that, and you get a good rhythm going when you say your bits, or it's funny about your facial expressions, your movements, you can just fully express yourself all the time. And once you get good at it, you that could be your life. You know what I mean? You can make money doing it every night once you're really good at it. But to the point I was making earlier is like I was very weird and I want to be different. So at the beginning, it manifests itself through stand-up. But I'd also like write raps.
Okay.
Like I was like, I'm Eminem, and like I was like, which isn't true. I came from East Greenwich, Rhode Island, like a rich white suburb.
Some would
town.
say far worse than 8 Mile in Detroit.
Yeah.
Some would say. People who live in Beverly Hills.
Yeah. That's exactly what it was like. It was like I grew up in like a very great neighborhood.
Yeah,
and I like for some reason I thought I was an underdog. I was like I was an overdog. I had access to all the resources. I didn't have to pay for college. Right. Yeah, I mean, like I was gonna get a good job as long as I just didn't get like addicted to like something. You know?
Right.
And so like. Or as long as I just stayed responsible. So, like, I just, anyways, I started writing raps and, like, performing for the camera. And my sister, like, sent a video in the family group chat. I had no idea she had it. I never shared those videos because they're really weird.
Of you rapping?
Yeah, of me rapping. Okay. Like, a comedic rap.
Oh, so they were meant to be funny.
They were meant to be funny, but it was very, like, I was just alone doing it. It wasn't, I didn't get feedback. Like, stand-up, you get feedback.
Yeah.
And so you sharpen your jokes, but with me, I was just alone, just like doing like random shit. Like I think I saw one and I was like, my first rap. My sister sent the video the other day. It was so random. I was like, yo, Shiv Patel, and I need a bobby pin. And then I go, it's Thursday night, and I'm sipping on some gin. And then like I pause, I go, jur. And then like I just keep going like that. And I'm wearing a sideways hat.
Oh no.
And my chain is out. And you're like, oh, no.
That's the sideways hat. I mean, I know this was years ago, but the sideways hat was rarely ever cool.
No, it was not cool. It was not cool.
Unless you're 50 Cent who got shot 8 times. You know?
Right. And like, but unless you're 50 Cent, you got shot 8 times. That's the only way you earn the right to wear it sideways.
That's right.
No, so I'd actually go to even class sometimes. I felt like a little bit of a class clown eventually junior, senior year because I love trolling people. So I still love trolling people. So like I like wore a sideways hat to like class, or like one day I wore like a Nike headband and wristbands and like for no reason. I just wore it and I showed up to class like that.
Right.
And everyone's like, Shiv, what,
but it was to fuck with people, like...
Yeah, just to mess with people.
Just to mess with people. You want to hear something?
Yeah.
I wore that same thing because I thought it looked good. In gym class, I was like a fucking 5th grader. That's the difference here.
You thought it was like in fashion. Mm-hmm. That's hilarious. Yeah, I realized it was a weird outfit, quirky, but you just thought it was normal.
Yeah.
That's more dangerous.
Because my grandmother, she's from Italy.
Yeah.
Right? And when she came here, she like scrounged a lot. She used to fucking buy and sell things at yard sales on top of her working and whatnot. But she developed this habit throughout her life to always get secondhand things, just a massive supply of secondhand things all the time so she could sell them at her yard sale.
Yeah.
And I remember she had these like New York Yankee fucking used wristbands and a headband. And I'm like, fuck this. I'm wearing this in gym class. Like 5. And so I had access to a lot of free shit as a kid.
What grade was this? Did you wear this?
It was probably like elementary school.
Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. Yeah, I was doing it in college.
Okay,
like at 20 years old.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's, I mean,
so like,
Yeah. That's all right.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah. You're like trying not to. You can be mean. You can be mean to me. Yeah.
No,
I can take it.
Sure.
I can take it.
I was trying to lighten your load by shitting on myself for a quick second.
Right.
But then you were like, no, this is my show.
I was like, no, mine's worse. And you're like, mine's pretty bad.
So who else... other than Russell, was Russell Peters like your first introduction to comedy, or did you like comedy like kind of growing up as a kid?
Russell was probably my first introduction. I mean, I like The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Like, I obviously like sitcoms.
We got to talk about him soon.
Yeah. Oh, you got it. I think everyone needs like an Indian's perspective on the situation.
Yeah.
You
guys like to slap.
Yeah. You should have used the slipper. That's like
Right.
a jumple.
Right.
That's in the Indian culture. You get smacked with the slipper.
I think that's just like immigrants do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
That's
like
their
with the
favorite
slipper.
weapon.
Yeah, yeah,
'Cause
yeah,
My
yeah,
family
yeah,
is the same.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
my grandmother was a spoon lady.
Yeah.
Make a banging sauce and then beach ass.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna say like she smacked you with a spoon,
Yeah.
but the surface area on that's so small.
No, not like a small spoon.
Oh, okay.
Like a wooden like cooking spoon.
Oh, I'm thinking like a metal little
like
spoon
a
that you
ice
eat
cream.
yeah, soup with. Like she smacks you, just like you just have like a round imprint on your
Yeah.
cheek.
Looks like ringworm.
Did she smack you on your like face cheeks or your butt cheeks?
No, yeah, like on my ass. Yeah, that's
that's
what grandmas do.
Yeah, that's TMI. I didn't even know that.
Well, you asked.
That's the thing. But I still didn't.
What is it? Don't ask the question that you don't want the answer to.
Yeah, but you should know too to not, maybe
Nothing is TMI to me.
you should have self-regulated and been like, this is gonna be too much for
In
shit.
fact, I want to know more.
Okay, so she smacked you on the butt with a spoon. It was a
Yeah.
bigger spoon. Did you like it?
Yeah, I did. I did. I asked her to do it now, actually.
Grandma, I think we need to switch up the punishment because
Yeah.
for some weird reason I like this and I know it's messed up and I know it's weird, but you gotta do something else. You gotta do something else.
This is way better. I know, right? What if your kid just mutates into a masochist as you're beating it?
Yeah.
it's
As
like-
you're beating it.
It just fucking falls in love with pain after
Yeah,
that.
it enjoys the beating. That's not but I'm sure you learned your lesson.
No, God, no.
What was the lesson you were learning?
I mean, whatever I did wrong.
What'd you do wrong?
I was a pretty mischievous kid, one time I covered my whole grandma's bed. She had two bedrooms, and I covered the one that I was sleeping in baby powder, like a whole thing of baby powder all over the room, on the curtains.
Yeah.
She had to vacuum, and she had a carpet at the time, carpet floors.
Oh, man.
So it was a mess, and what I thought I was doing in my head, I was like 4. What I thought I was doing was I was cleaning my toys. I was just going to cover them in baby powder, and they were going to smell good, but they were going to be all dusty and dirty. I was a retard. As a kid.
Yeah.
So she came home, and that was one time.
Yeah.
That was once, but that wasn't the last, so I didn't learn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is pretty mischievous. I get it because it's on the level of annoying that's like top. Like to have
that's
powder
bad.
everywhere, it's a hard thing to clean.
Yeah, that's like confetti
Yeah.
or sparkles.
Yeah, confetti or spark. Those are really annoying to clean when you drop something in your and even now, like
Yeah.
if you drop something in your apartment or something, it's like, what if you drop like I'm trying to think if you drop like about popcorn's all right, but like seeds or like something
Yeah.
that's small and just like they just separate when they fall.
Pine needles when you get like a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Do you guys do Christmas?
Yeah, well, that was Do you realize that?
Did I fuck up?
You just assume that I did Christmas. No, I'm kidding. You
I'm
didn't.
kind of assuming you don't do Christmas.
You're not allowed. Hey, you're not allowed. You're Hindu. You can't do Christmas.
Right.
No, we do, but I think it's messed up that we do it because it's like
you're
we
not
just
supposed to?
like the. No, I mean, I don't know if we're definitely not supposed to. Like that's not a rule, but it's
Don't do Christmas.
we just picked up the fun holiday. Like we could celebrate Hanukkah.
Right.
We're not, Jewish or Christian or like anything like that, but it's like
You just picked one.
we just picked the one that was more fun, and we just added the fun one. We add the fun holidays to our schedule.
Really?
Yeah,
What are the fun ones that you're not supposed like?
Christmas. Like
all right,
we're
Christmas.
not. We're Hindu.
What about Easter?
Like,
Easter's a religious
Hindus
holiday.
in India don't celebrate Christmas,
Sure.
and they don't celebrate Easter either.
But do you guys celebrate Easter?
Yeah, well, when we're little, like we do the egg hunt for like
Oh,
my
right,
niece, my
right,
nephew,
right.
and like I feel guilty. Look in retrospect and now spect
Sure.
because we do it in now, retrospect and present.
Right. Both times.
Yeah, I feel really bad. It's like we're just doing whatever we just took them.
You're just doing it. Well, I can see kind of what you're saying. Not on like a religious level, but my grandmother is straight Italian from Italy.
Yeah.
But she always cooks like corned beef and cabbage on St. Patty's Day.
Got it.
It's weird.
Yeah,
It's not as controversial because there's no religion involved. But
Right,
is there
right.
a big like Hindu holiday, like the big one? Like for Christians, it's Christmas.
Yeah.
It's Easter.
Yeah.
You know, Jewish people Hanukkah and Rosh Hashanah, whatever the fuck they do.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
like, is there a Hindu one?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Like a big one, like
Yeah.
a big religious holiday.
Yeah, well, Diwali's one. I think that's Happy New Year. I think.
Okay.
But it'll look so bad to any Indians who listen to this. But that's the thing too. I grew up in like a really non-Indian town.
Okay.
It's predominantly like white.
Right. Yeah.
And I just didn't get exposure. Like I just culturally, I learned a little bit with my mom. We went to like events, but you know, I didn't like fully immerse myself. If I grew up in India, I'd know a lot more. But like the Diwali's one, Uttaran is like a kite flying one. Okay. But like if you ask me like the significance behind them, it's like
You're not sure.
Yeah. I'm a bad Indian. I'm a naughty boy.
So you said you went to college for what? What was your major?
I went to college for business.
I went to college for finance, so it's like
Yeah, finance and marketing.
yeah. I had a lot of not a lot. What did I have? Two out of like the 6 professors. No, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
3 out of the 6. I don't want to misrepresent you guys.
Sorry, I love when people say I'm sorry. I'm like, that's all right.
No, I think like 3 out of the 6 finance professors at Rhode Island College were Indian. The head of the department was an Indian woman.
Did you say 6 out of the 5?
3 out of the 6.
Okay. Yeah,
I hope I didn't say that.
they said 6 out of 5.
I ate these edibles like not that long ago.
Okay.
And, well, kind of long ago, now that I think about it. And they started to work just as, like, I set everything up.
Oh, okay.
I was like, all right, I'm good. I got
How
out
many
the
hours
shower.
ago?
What time is it now? So it's 7.
Yeah.
I ate them when I got out of work, which was like 5. And they didn't hit me until like 6:20.
Oh, wow.
Like just as you were coming.
But is it like too much or can you handle it?
No, I'm good.
Okay, good.
But I just wasn't expecting it.
Oh, yeah. No, those can be intense.
That's what they do.
You know?
They sneak up on you.
Yeah.
Especially when, I don't know if you're a partaker in the edibles.
I'm not a partaker. So one time I did. Mom, Dad, if you're listening, don't listen. But I one time I did.
They'll understand.
They won't. I'm gonna get smacked. Like Will Smith smacked Chris Rock. But you know.
Hopefully on a less grand stage.
Yeah.
So not everyone knows.
No, we're gonna Facebook Live it.
So your family just tunes in, and they're like giving an award to your fucking sister or something, and your mom just slaps the shit out of you.
That'd be so weird if you guys just saw Facebook Live me getting punished by my parents.
Yeah.
I'd be like, guys, please help. I like secretly get it played. I'm like, they actually hit me.
What's the thing that women are supposed to do when they sign? Like it's like a domestic abuse thing. They go like this.
Oh, they go like I don't know.
Yeah, you're doing that.
Yeah. I need to. No, they don't. They don't. For the record, they don't hit me.
Why?
Did you say why? Say why?
I did.
Why, Shiv? You need a spanking with a spoon
this
on
is
your
what
butt.
happens when you don't get beat.
Yeah. you need to get spanked by a spoon.
What was the initial? Oh,
Yeah.
the thing.
The edible. Yeah. So
edibles.
one time I had, one and it was too much, and
They can be.
and I was just really anxious, so I'd never really do it.
Yeah.
I'm not a big. I don't like. I don't really like weed and like edibles in general. I haven't had good. I've only tried them a few times and like they just had bad experiences. Not bad experiences. It's just like it's just not my vibe.
No, it happens. I mean, there's a such thing as a bad experience with that stuff.
Yeah.
It's happened, especially with edibles. I mean, back in the day, because I mean, I started partaking in the ganj in high school.
Yeah.
Like junior, senior year, and back then,
Yeah.
they weren't as regulated. Like you couldn't just go to a dispensary. I mean, maybe you could. We were too young to do it anyway.
Yeah.
But they weren't regulated. Like that this dose is 5 milligrams. You eat that. That's not as bad as 10 or 20 or 30.
Right.
Some kid you just buy weed brownies off of, you eat them, and then you're like,
Exactly.
you're all fucked up.
Yeah.
And then you definitely can get anxiety. Oh, definitely.
Yeah. I never really, and that like as you get older, people like adults especially, like there's a lot of happy hours. There's a lot of like very socially acceptable to drink alcohol.
Yeah.
So like I'd say compared to college to like when I'm an adult, yeah, maybe I'll have drinks more than I used to, but like it's also like I don't know. In college I didn't drink or like didn't do anything. So there's a big part of me that's like completely comfortable with doing nothing.
Yeah.
And still having a good time because I was always at parties like, with fraternities and stuff, and I just didn't do anything. But I'd still be up late. Like there was a time like in Cancun, like we went on spring break and everyone was getting messed up. You know what I mean? Because it was spring break, right. Cancun, sophomore year, we're all young, like, let's kill our brain cells. So I was like, yeah, but I'm like, no. I said no, they said yes. And I like, and I was like that person in the friend group that was like, you guys better stop your livers. No, I'm kidding. You guys better stop. I would have had no friends if I did that. God. I would have had no friends.
They're like, can we send this motherfucker back on the boat?
That's great. Yeah. So, I hit my thing. But yeah, no, it was funny, but I was super chill. Like, I just never, like, did anything. And I was still chill. Like, I just had fun hanging out. I remember one night we were at this club. People were getting super lit at the club. And, like, actually, it was funny. Like, me and my buddy, we were, like, we were starting to dance. We were super awkward. We just, like, started dancing. Like, we were trying to see if there were any, like, cute girls around. Mm-hmm. Like, we're at spring break. And then these two cute girls, like, walked up to us. Little did we know they were super tipsy. And so, like, they looked at us. And, like, we just got so nervous. We just became robotic and stared at them. No. And then we looked at each other. And we were just like, dude. Like, we just were so excited. We looked at each other like, oh, my God. Like, they came up to us. Yeah, I mean? But they're, like, looking at us and want to, like, interact with us. But we're looking at each other. And we're like, oh, my God. Oh, my God.
It was the moment you've expected but didn't know what to do when it came.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't know what to do when it came, but we came. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, and she didn't know what to do then.
Yeah. Oh. That's gross.
It's all right. In the club? Where else are you supposed to come?
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm just saying from us seeing them,
Yeah. Even still.
But, like, no, it was funny. Like, I don't, that's obviously a joke, but it's like, we were just so, like, blown away that they, like, just came up to us. Right. And then all of a sudden they were like, they wanted to dance with us, but we were like, too nervous, And then they started making out with each other.
Wow.
And then me and my friends started making out with each other. No, I'm kidding.
Right.
I'm kidding.
Just in response.
Yeah, because we were like, yeah, we get it.
Yeah.
We get it.
You guys are such good friends.
Yeah.
Me and this dude need to help our relationship as well here.
And then... Well, no, it's like they make out, and then if we made out, maybe they'd be like, "Wow, these guys like are cool,"
Yeah.
Like they're one of us,
right? Right.
They're girls,
Yeah.
No, we didn't make out. For the record, they just started making out, and they were too drunk. It was a good thing we didn't they were like they could have thrown up in our mouths, but like they were like at past that point of no return. Like they got up on the tables and like they just started kissing. We're like,
you could have Me Too'd them. After the fact.
Yeah. No, I don't want to,
Not them. Like, you guys claim getting Me Too'd.
Oh, yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We almost did in that situation. We were the prey.
Right.
They were the predators.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. This is the point. But then after that.
Yeah. But then after that, we, like, then we just, like, kept dancing for the whole night, and we were just like, dude, that was crazy. Even though nothing happened. We were just like, that was insane, And, like, anyways.
And you're still cool with that now.
Yeah, it was just funny.
No, I'm saying you're still cool with being, like, the sober one. The one that is able to, not the one, that's making it sound weird. Like, oh, God, that's the sober one.
No, I know. I used to get called, like, my high school friends, and, like, in college, too, I was, like, the chosen one.
Right. That you were able to withstand. Yeah.
So I was like, that was what I was known for. But I was cool with it. Like, it was honestly still fun to like watch. And I could have memories, and remember like kind of like the quirks of what was going on late at night. Like one guy at 4 a.m. like was dancing with like a big jug of like hard alcohol. I don't know what it was. And it was like he was like sweaty and like just like it was gross by 4 a.m. And he's like sweaty, and then like he was like holding bottles. He's like you want some? And I'm like, dude, no, I have no idea what's in that. And he's just like, whatever. Yeah, I don't. I'm doing the wrong voices, but
yeah,
like,
was he deaf? I mean,
that's horrible.
he sounds like he's the antithesis of what you want to be.
He was drunk. I wouldn't say he's deaf. I want if a deaf person's listening to this,
Right.
which I don't know.
They could be watching it. They could put on the closed captioning, maybe. I don't know.
Well, we're gonna have to translate this. We're gonna have to do this podcast again in sign language.
Oof. You ever see when the sign language lady was on Waka Flocka's stage?
Yeah.
Like, she was supposed to be the one that's, like,
Yeah.
signing to the... I guess there was a lot of deaf people there.
Yeah.
And Waka Flocka, like, didn't know that was her job.
Yeah.
And he was, like, dancing with her. Like, he thought she was dancing. It's so great.
That's horrible.
Well, I guess. But, well, she wasn't deaf. I don't think.
Yeah.
But maybe he knew sign language and was saying something back.
Yeah.
And we don't know it. He's way smarter than we think.
I don't think so. I think he's the guy who just goes, "Oh, it's time to party. Oh, it's time to party." Have you heard that song?
Is that his song? Waka Flocka
He does a
song?
remix with like Will I Am.
Oh,
and,
yeah,
like,
no, I know what you're talking about.
He just
Yeah.
he comes into like his verse just screaming, like just going
All the time.
Yeah.
He says Brick Squad.
Yeah. He's just like,
I do that at work all the time as I'm running around.
Yeah.
So I work in a restaurant.
Yeah.
So, like, well, the last restaurant I used to work in had stairs. So I'd run down the stairs just going, Brick Squad, here come that bullshit.
Yeah.
As soon as customers start walking in,
Yeah.
I'm like, here comes that bullshit.
Yeah.
It's
Would
money,
you
but-
yell it at them
I mean...
or to like your coworkers?
my coworkers, yeah.
Yeah.
But if I were to
Like,
go
as a
there
funny-
now, since I don't
Yeah.
work there anymore, I would totally, as customers were coming in,
Yeah.
I would actually dress up as a server just so I could
Yeah.
say that
Just so you can say that.
and run off.
Yeah.
let-
I think they'd run off too.
and let the actual servers deal with the repercussions.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, was it a salty leave from your last place?
No.
Okay.
I would just do that.
Go, you just want to
Yeah.
mess with them.
Yeah, totally. That's the leave that it was.
Yeah,
like.
yeah. Yeah, it's crazy how like rappers can be so nowadays they can become so successful by just like being unique, but there doesn't have to be crazy like some I'm not saying all, but like some will become super successful just by having a good beat. Like there's trap music, you know?
Yeah.
It's like they didn't need like they just say one good chorus line that's catchy and they blow up, you
Right.
know? No, I'm not saying I think Waka Flocka is good. Like I think he obviously has like good verses and stuff. But you know, I definitely think some are like you're like how did they make it? You
Well,
know?
the technical skill of rapping isn't a forefront of popular rap anymore. I think that's what it is.
No. Yeah, that's yeah.
Like back in the day when rap was evolving into like the point where it got really lyrical, it meant something to be really lyrical. Either you had content in your lyrics, shit that resonated with people,
Right.
or you were like technically good at rapping. You had good rhyme schemes, you had vocabulary, all this shit. That is still, if you're able to do that now, you're put on like a godlike pedestal.
Right.
J. Cole, Kendrick
Right.
Lamar, Drake can do it. He doesn't write his own shit.
Logic's up there. Oh, you don't agree? Like, you know,
All right. He is, but he's
don't you isn't that like one of Logic's album covers?
That's Frank Sinatra when he got arrested. But you're right, it is.
It is one of Logic's
It is
album
one of
covers.
yeah.
Yeah.
But he's a perfect example
Yeah.
of someone who is lyrically nasty, but he isn't as big as those other guys I named for one reason or another.
Yeah.
Like those guys are also lyrically nasty, but he is on that.
He's on the
like
same
middle ground.
He's on the same level.
Yeah, lyrically, definitely. But as far as fame goes, it's like he's kind of stuck in the middle. There's guys who technically aren't as good at rapping that are way more popular than him.
But he got really famous with the 1-800 song, and like
Right.
that blew him up. But people don't know all of his like actual rap. Like
No, he's nice. He's good.
so like, but I'm just a huge fan of his, so that's why I threw his name in there.
You guys
Oh,
look similar.
Yeah. Oh, really?
I think so. You guys got like same head shape. And hairdo, I think. Maybe hairdo. His is like curly though.
Yeah.
So there you go.
I've never been told I look like Logic. I've been told I look like a llama from.
Camille Nanjiani. That's you.
All right, that one was racist. All right, that one.
This whole I totally forgot.
I don't even know if
that's
is he Indian? I don't even know if he's Indian.
I think he is Indian.
Is he?
I think so.
Okay.
I mean, I could be wrong. I was gonna introduce you as him when we started this.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I fucked it all up.
No, that's okay. I appreciate you not, because I get introduced at every Rhode Island mic, even as Aladdin.
Yes, a hate crime is committed every time you go to an open mic in Rhode Island.
Yeah. And he's like, I'm just like, I'm.
And they play Aladdin.
So I love it, and he's actually like really considerate too. Like we talk about it after, and he's like, Shiv, like if you don't want me to, like it's fine. You know what I mean? It's just like I just love it, and I'm like, I know you do, and but it's just like Aladdin, anything brown.
Yeah.
Because Rhode Island has very little Indians, so like it's just like you're
different.
it's like you associate jokes where you associate yourself with someone else who's Indian in pop culture, like that just usually works in a room, which is kind of a cheap joke, but like at the same time it's Rhode Island.
Yeah. I mean, at one point run by the mob.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. I always tell people that's like when I'm like I'm from Rhode Island. They're like, oh, what about that? And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
The mob.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all you need to know.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I think we're back to the rappers. The Jay-Z obviously is up there. You have like J. Cole, he became huge. Who else? Kendrick Lamar, right up there. You have like all the old school Nas, Eminem. Who else? I'm missing a bunch of people, but
well, the interesting thing you mentioned Kendrick,
Tupac, Biggie,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you mentioned Kendrick, and he mastered the art of something that celebrities can't do very well, and that's "You'll see me when you see me."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he disappeared from like he's supposed to drop an album this month, and people are still biting their nails waiting. Like
yeah.
Like that's great. Like Kanye can do that.
Yeah.
Frank Ocean has been gone forever.
Yeah.
Like I got a friend who is infatuated with Frank Ocean. And he's like, dude, it's so hard to be a fan because he hasn't pushed shit out in forever.
Yeah.
But it's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Got to bring up Eminem too. There's so many people you can't not mention. But like I think I'd say my favorite of all time is definitely Eminem. I like Eminem a lot.
I knew you reminded me of a white guy.
Yeah, that story is insane,
What about now? What do you think about how people talk about Eminem now? Nobody likes him anymore.
What do you mean?
Like, everybody obviously respects him. They still think he's a legend. But the young kids, not the young kids, I shouldn't even say that. Even people in our generation. How old are you, 26? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm 24, so pretty close. Mm-hmm. A lot of people say that his stuff out now, the newer stuff, they just don't like it. They think it's dated.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. No, not his old stuff's gold.
Right.
They're saying the new stuff, right?
Yes, they're saying like now it's like
Yeah, now
played out.
I could get that. I get the stuff now, but like his early stuff when he was like on drugs and stuff was like legendary.
Yeah.
And even like that first album when he got like sober was really good too. Like with Not Afraid and all those, like those are hits.
Is that Relapse?
Yeah. That one was a good one.
Interesting title.
Yeah. Exactly. It's like
I get why he does it though, because he's kind of like relapsing into rap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's going back into that.
Yeah, but it's just his story coming up, and a lot of his rhymes just coming up were insane.
Yeah, crazy.
And he was fighting against like racism in a weird way. Like it was like
one of the rare.
Yeah, it was like reverse.
Yeah.
It was like reverse. Yeah, I mean, usually
it's like when Jews were slaves.
Yeah.
To the Egyptians.
Yeah.
Like, complete flip of the switch.
Right. It was
except it happened first.
Yeah, and he came up in Detroit, so like that was another city that probably wasn't majority like white like him.
Yeah.
So again, just a crazy story. I love that. I love that story.
Yeah, I mean, everyone loves a success story.
Yeah.
It shows, it's something I always talk about, something that I always find interesting is when there's an outlier.
Yeah.
When there's someone like Eminem who comes from a terrible fucking place.
Right.
And then ends up going on to do monumental things.
Yeah.
That's always super interesting to me. Like, how does that happen?
Right, it's so rare.
Yeah.
And like it makes me think too, because I came from like privilege. I'm like, if I made it, like, what did I really make it? Like, I don't know. Like, it's like Lil Dicky, he's like that. Like,
Yeah.
he came up from like a good family, got the college degree, and then like he still made a big mark in the world with his art. But like, it's just like it's weird. Like, it's like different, you know?
Yeah, it's like he's not supposed to be in the where he is.
Yeah.
Even though he started off in pretty fortunate circumstances.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like it's crazy how like, you know, who comes out in art. It's pretty random. But I think nowadays, because we have the social media and all that stuff, and a lot of comedians talk about it, like more experienced ones are the ones who've like kind of blown up. It's like they talk about how social media, you can just put out your comedy or your art or your podcast or, you know, a funny video or idea you had or your stand-up clip, and you could put that out consistently twice a week, 3 times a week, and you could start to make yourself a business of an entertainer as long as you have substance and you're funny. But anyone can do it, you know? So nowadays, I think like it's crazy. It's because the reason I brought that up is like we're talking about, you know, Eminem, less privilege. He made it. Lil Dicky, privilege, and made it. Like now it can be so random. Like anyone who has an iPhone or like an access to like that, which is also a problem too. Like people who don't have access to those still, maybe they can't put out their art as well.
Sure.
But anyone who like has enough to like have at least like have an iPhone and like have just even that in and of itself, you can be like a great artist.
Yeah.
If you just believe in yourself, you know?
Or you could, I mean, part of the equation is being able to gain a following. And you're seeing now with social media, people are gaining followings from not nothing, but close. You know what I'm saying?
For
like
sure.
tasting things.
Yeah,
This is good. Like,
Yeah.
And thousands and thousands of people are watching.
Yeah.
Which is kind of the double-edged sword. It's like there's a lot of shit that you got to sift through. Like there's a lot of
Yeah.
you know, biters, I guess, if you want to call it.
Right.
And then there's people who are legitimately trying, and for whatever reason, the people who are legitimately trying to be, I guess, have integrity about what they're making in their art or whatever it is.
Right.
It takes longer for them to gain any traction.
Right.
But when they get it, it lasts. That's
for
the
sure.
thing.
For sure. Yeah. And it's consistency. It's discipline, like anything. It's weird, but it has to be like a job, in a way that you have your consistent like output of videos or of your stand up. Like you have to be working hard at it, you know.
Yeah.
So like, but I get what you're saying. Like the people who are diligent, like it'll last and it'll continue. You'll still have good reels. Good TikToks and stuff. But it's crazy that like I see some like newer comedians too now, you know, like posting videos of like them doing stand up, and like I've been doing it for 5 years. I haven't posted too many videos.
Sure.
But it's smart. Like it's not like I'm not knocking at anyone, but I'm just saying like maybe someone who's new and they had like a good little crowd interaction or a bit, they like can post that and like it'll do well. If it was good, it'll do well.
Yeah.
The other side of the sword, that's definitely not the right analogy, but the other side of it, if I just didn't say that, I could have
Just
gone
the other
away
side.
with it. Yeah, the other side of the sword. Why does it have to be a sword?
Should have just picked, I don't know, any random
The other
object.
side of the spoon is the one that didn't smack your butt.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, is that, what's it called? If you post stuff now, or like, and you're not as deep into it, or you don't have like stuff built up, then it might be hard for that consistency, you know? But it's good to get that buzz at any point. If you have a successful reel, I'm not going to knock anyone for it, you know? It's just that consistency, and can you keep backing it up time in, time out, you know? And there's people who made it without stand-up, and maybe they started getting a following from their TikToks or just funny rants and a good comedic brain, and then they went into stand-up. So it's like stand-up's not a requirement. It definitely works a muscle and makes you become funny because you have to do it for all your audiences. So stand-up's like a workout. But at the same time, it's like if you're not going to release material of that, like of you having worked out and what you built, it's almost not meaningless because you might just enjoy doing stand-up, but it's like it's going to be hard to make a career out of it nowadays. People need to see you. That's what people don't go to comedy shows like every night of the week. They go like once every couple of months max.
Sure.
Usually. And so like if you're doing a lot of stand up, that's great, and maybe you start making money doing like some gigs, pro gigs, but at the same time it's like you got to have people are usually at work, and it's usually an office job, or like it could be at a restaurant, whatever it is, but they're at work, you have downtime, and you're going to scroll on Instagram or TikTok. That's where all the attention is.
Right.
So like that's where we have to exploit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, now what's really cool about, you see it with the headline, the national headliners, like the people that everybody know.
Right.
You know, Shane Gillis and Mark Norman and Tim Dillon and all these guys that everybody knows about.
Yeah.
They all are able to be funny on their podcast, on their social media, on that type of thing.
Right.
And then people are like, now they'll pay to go see them.
Right, for sure. Yeah.
And now the crowd knows, most of the crowd knows your style, knows how you're going to be able to go out there. Mm-hmm, so you can be as absolutely free as you want.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I forgot where I was hearing, it might have been on the Tim Dillon podcast, where he talks about how now the shows that he does, they have, it's mostly people that know him and listen to him. Mm-hmm. So he can do whatever the fuck he wants, whereas he'll go to a room somewhere and do a joke about, you know, something crazy, because I don't know if you listen to him, but he's a psycho.
Yeah. I've heard some of his stuff.
Yeah. So I saw him live. He's ridiculously funny.
Yeah.
He's funny as shit.
Yeah.
So he's like, if I go somewhere else, the people don't know me or whatever, I'm kind of doing a drop-in spot.
Right.
A joke might not hit like it would, you know?
Yeah, because you have to start from, you know, I was about to say ground zero, square one.
Yeah.
Ground zero, that's...
Ground zero works in this.
That's
okay.
horrible.
Yeah, but it's an expression.
Start from ground zero. Is that there's an expression or no?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Sure.
Doesn't that refer to...
Well, I mean, it's the name of the monument, but I think the expression was there first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I just don't want to...
Like, I think it started with, if you're going to blow up a building, you got to start at ground zero.
Or after it blows up, then it's ground zero.
Right.
I think that's...
It could be.
I think that's what it was.
Well, I'm saying I think the origin
of
the term.
Yeah.
So it might have been at the same time.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah. I want to dig deep into that topic as a brown man.
Sure.
Who's starting to grow a beard.
Right. Don't do it.
Don't do it. I actually did a joke, I did a terrorist joke, and it was
Love the terrorist jokes.
In college, and it was horrible. I pretended, I was trying to find what was funny. So I'd pretend to be a terrorist. And it was, I get it, wrong. But do I regret it? I don't know. Because because it was a good bit. And obviously people knew I was not. You know? So I was like, I did it. And then I got a warning. I got sent a warning after the show. And I made it to the finals. It was BU's funniest semifinals. And I had a good set. And then after that, I went to the finals. You know, so, but in between that time, they sent me a warning, you know, don't joke about terrorism. And I get it. It's a touchy subject, but we're comedians. You're supposed to touch touchy subjects, you know?
Right.
So, you know, it's a tricky topic, especially that one to talk about, because it's near and dear to everyone, especially in America, and Americans. So then it's horrible, but same time, that's what we do. A serious topic, you have to joke about it in the right way, and then you bring light to it.
That's where the mastery is.
Even Pete Davidson, who's his dad, passed in 9/11. It's I think he was a firefighter and passed in 9/11. It was even that, he jokes about it, because that's how you cope with.
Right.
Or if someone has had an addiction, they joke about it, because now that takes the power away, from that thing. Every time you think about it, it's no, it's not going to bring you down all the time. It's okay, I can move on.
That's also what makes comics, they have a sense of what's funny. And the only way you get a better sense of it is to keep doing it.
Yeah. And to cross the line sometimes, too.
Yeah,
and
often.
that, I did that at the beginning. I did some things, on stage that were probably, not the best things to do. But, not in a bad way. But just because, I was trying to figure out what was funny. So, you have to try and push boundaries, especially at open mics. Mm-hmm. But, it's a tough thing to be edgy.
Yeah.
And like at any moment, anyone who's big, like you could say something and everyone's like, oh man, like that's horrible. You know, it's like, that's the one of the dangers of it. But like, I don't know if you've seen Andrew Schultz.
Yeah.
But he's like one of my favorite comics to look at, and he like he basically like he crosses the line a lot, but in a healthy way.
Yeah.
That like he's socially aware of everything. He's like he's joking,
Right.
but he's like he's comfortable and has the confidence to still joke about serious topics.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Well, that is another section of like masterful comedy when you can take some shit that everyone's like, don't joke about that.
Yeah, yeah.
And now you got everybody snickering about it, you know?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
My favorite comedy growing up, as far as influences, were the guys who were as brutal as you could get.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But the crowd is still laughing.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Like, for me, my number one influence is Carlin.
Mm-hmm. George Carlin, yeah.
He's just brutal as fuck.
He is, yeah.
The older he gets. Bill Hicks, arguably more brutal.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, Kinnison, Pryor, like these guys were brutally honest about things.
Right, for sure.
But making it funny, and people are like, shouldn't laugh at that, but I fucking did.
yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, no, and I think Schultz is like an example of someone who's like brought that still into the mainstream.
Yeah, he's doing it right.
Someone who's like, it's like he calls it like unsafe sets.
Yeah.
I think like on YouTube. So like, he's brought it into the mainstream again, and part of it too is having that thick skin of like I know I'm coming from a good place. I just want to make people laugh. I work hard at this.
Yeah,
and I know I'm making people laugh at a high level. So like I'm gonna cross the line, but like I'm not. You know, like he in his heart knows that every time he makes jokes, and the audience can see that, feel that, he knows that he's like deep down he's good, and like he means well towards every race and every joke he makes, and you can like you feel that from his heart, but like obviously that makes it okay for him to overstep the boundaries, but like really play with the boundaries, but like he does it so well. He just does it so well, and he's just so smart about it, and it's really refreshing. But the main thing is the confidence. You have to have that confidence to be able to like. I don't care if someone got offended. Like I'm sure Schultz has offended like thousands at least of people.
Totally.
Maybe tens of thousands of people at least. So like but those are people who like are just not looking at the bigger picture, understanding humor.
Sure.
It's like you're at a comedy show. His job is to make you laugh about things that are serious, and people are like, "You can't do that. Why'd you go to the comedy show? Why'd you go to the comedy?
Go watch somebody clean. I mean, what do you want?"
Yeah, and I get it. Some things are repulsive when you joke about them, and you honestly have to go through that too. Like you have to be able to like joke about things, and you gotta
put it out there.
Yeah, and that's how you learn.
Yeah,
like when you're especially when you're starting out doing comedy, you say some things, and like people don't react. Like even like Chris Rock with his like the Jada bit,
right?
Like, what's the hair disease called? Alopecia.
Alopecia.
And so like he did that, and it quickly bombed. It was a bad joke, but like, and you could see from Jada's response. But it was like that's how you learn as a comedian,
right?
You're consistently coming up with new stuff, and okay, this one didn't hit because the audience is too sensitive about that. That's how you learn. That's what open mics are all about. I mean, it wasn't open mic; it was the Oscars.
Sure.
But still, like he's doing these jokes for the first time, in front of a real Oscar audience. He didn't have time to test. Like he didn't have time to do an audition where Jada was there. And Jada was like, "No, don't do that one."
Right.
Or like that's a bad one. He definitely wouldn't have done it if he knew what the reaction was going to. I
don't know. I mean, realistically, that joke wasn't that brutal. If we're being honest.
Yeah.
All right, she has if she had leukemia,
right,
and he was like, G.I. Jane, then it's like, all right, that might be a little brutal.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, it's kind of a mild joke,
right
for a disease that is kind of mild.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. And then Will Smith had like something to prove. It was very strange, the whole thing. It was just like he had to go like he was laughing at first. I don't know if you saw that, but he was laughing at first.
I did. Yeah.
Very weird.
A lot of I agree. It really wasn't. It was more them being sensitive, but everyone has their own right to be sensitive about whatever they want.
Yeah.
Like she could have that reaction. Doesn't matter. Like if maybe she's very insecure about it, which makes sense, and you can tell she is. So like that's fine. Her reaction was fine. It is what it is. And they're like, come on, man. And then like Chris like saw her. He was looking at her.
Yeah.
He saw her facial expression. He's like, oh, like, you know, that was a nice one. He like realized like, okay, you know, that didn't. She didn't like that. So like I'm gonna reel it back. I'm just gonna move on.
Right.
And so like, but then then when Will saw like her reaction, like it just obviously he was impulsive. But like, it's weird because a lot of like what I'm saying is in the news and stuff, women are like defending. Some are defending like Will because they're like he's protecting his woman, you know.
Sure.
But at the same time, it's like there's better ways to protect than hitting someone. You know, like it's like Chris Rock did not need to get smacked. You know,
especially in the venue and the circumstance. Like,
exactly. Like,
even if he shouldn't do this either, but even if he just screamed, you know, go fuck yourself. He shouldn't do that either. But even if he did that, at least he didn't, like, I don't know. He's got his own motives. It's hard to say.
I think he could have said something. Yeah. Doesn't matter. It still would have looked bad, but, like, it's definitely, like, violence. I think the main thing is violence is never the answer, right? Like, you can't show everyone that you can hit someone and get away with it. Because he's Will Smith, he did have a lot of entitlement there. He was able to stay at the Oscars. He was able to win his award, give a really long speech. Yeah. And, like, defend himself. But, like, he should have been kicked out immediately. Like, if we were at a show tonight, right? Like, if I'm on a mic tonight, right? If someone smacked me, legitimately, not as a joke, just went up on stage and smacked me, you think, like, all of us would probably kick that person out. Right. Comedians, like, everyone, even the audience, everyone would be like, we got to get that person out of here. They don't deserve to stay. Because it's Will Smith. It's like, oh, we can't kick Will Smith out. It's like, well, that's not the right message to send. And initially I thought more along the lines of like, oh, like, you know, he was trying to defend Jada. But now it's like clear. It's like, it's unacceptable to do that. You know, it's like, and it's not only unacceptable, it sets the wrong precedent that if you're entitled or if you achieve a certain level of fame or if you've created the best work that's entertained people and moved them and made them feel better and, you know, like just did a lot of good things, that overrides you not facing consequences for doing bad things, you know? I just feel like he's completely gotten away with it, you know?
No, he has. I mean, he's nothing. He wins Best Actor after that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. He won Best Actor. He won Best Actor and, like, it was like, it's just, it was supposed to be his night, too.
Right.
And he just, like, messed it up.
Yeah, yeah. And now everybody's just got to sit around after he just did that.
Right.
Let's all have a good night now? Like, what the fuck?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Very weird. Very weird.
Yeah, and then he was dancing after, too. There's a video of him dancing.
Yeah. Sob crying on stage, like, dude, you kind of fucked up your own night and you fucked up everyone else's night.
Yeah, and like he didn't apologize to Chris Rock. I don't know. We could talk about it for days, but
supposedly, again, we don't know anything, but supposedly they worked it out.
Yeah.
But who knows? Who really cares? We don't live in that world anyway. We got our own shit to deal with, motherfuckers.
Yeah. Yeah, we do. Yeah.
I would love to one day, you know what? Sitting here on this couch talking to you.
Yeah.
Just talking to anybody, just sitting in this couch, I would probably take getting slapped by Will Smith at my spot at the Oscars over it. Realistically.
What do you mean?
Like I would, like, the level of fame and success that you would have to reach to be on the Oscars doing a spot and hosting it.
Yeah.
To get slapped by Will Smith.
Yeah.
Is like a dream for, like, us. Oh. You know?
Oh, so you did like getting smacked by the spoon.
Yeah.
You want to get smacked on the face.
I would pay him to come up and hit me with a spoon and then look in the camera and point and be like, that's for you, Grandma.
You're trying to mask what you like with fame. You're telling me, Shiv, like, honestly, like, if I was that famous, that level, and, like, I would take a slap from Will Smith any day. I think you just want to get slapped by him right now.
Well, do you remember earlier when I mentioned that your kid turns into a masochist as you beat him?
Yeah.
I was referring to me. That's what it was. Yeah, and now you've gotten it out.
That's so dark. I regret making the joke now because
I took it there.
You've doubled down on.
That's it.
Yeah. Now,
that's what I do.
Now, my niece or nephew, when they listen to this, hopefully they don't. I don't think they will. They're like that one's that turned 5. They're like
You know how like they say
Yeah.
if you play Mozart for like a baby, they like get mad smart. That's like a myth.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, if you like play Mozart for them.
Yeah.
So like if you play this for them, maybe
They'd
they'll
get dumber.
Yeah. They'll, I don't know, do something terrible. I don't know.
Well, they don't need to know what masochism is.
Right, not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Yeah, you
They
want
might
them
at some point.
Yeah. Especially, dude, with the internet now. Like,
Yeah.
that's the crazy thing growing up for our generation. Like, we just, I don't know, did you get an iPhone at an early age or do you have an iPhone? Yeah,
I
you
do.
have an
No,
iPhone.
I had I started with a flip phone, but
Okay.
I was, in elementary school.
Yeah.
Fifth grade, sixth grade.
When'd you get an iPhone? Around.
Shit. High school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So even around that time, like the fact that a lot of our generation got iPhones, especially in America, like it's ridiculous because you have access to all the information. Urban
Yeah.
Dictionary. You can learn any term. You can search anything.
Yeah.
You know? All this porn is available. You know?
Sure.
It's like all these things that the world hasn't seen yet. It's like we were like the test at a young age, which is hard because, we were exposed to something that we didn't fully understand yet. you know?
Yeah.
So-
And now the kids that are already coming up in it, they're kind of evolved.
Well, there's issues that come out of it too.
Sure.
Because now you're on your phone all the time. You're looking at a screen, and that's
Yeah.
where you communicate, and you don't have to necessarily go out and interact with people.
Right.
So like, it's created a weird, and it's great. Obviously, the good is way outweighs like the bad from it. But
Yeah.
if it's used correctly, but it's like I think that's like a crazy thing too. Like it completely transformed like kids' experience.
Yeah, everyone's experience. At one point, this will all be obsolete.
Yeah,
It's going to be fucking, who knows?
yeah.
Quick, too. Quicker than anyone thinks. But listen, you got a spot. I don't want to
Yeah.
I don't want to hold you
some
any
comedy.
longer.
Yeah.
I didn't say your name once this whole podcast, so thanks, Apu, for coming on.
Bring up Pooh back. That was Akash Singh special.
That's what, Aziz? No. Don't tell me. Akash.
Akash Singh.
Akash, yeah.
But I love
He's
how
funny.
the Indians are getting confused in your head.
Yeah, exactly.
What was that? Aziz? Oh, no, Akash. Oh, Russell. Wait, hold on. Let me go back. It was Nimesh.
Nimish, which one's that?
Nimesh Patel.
I don't know that.
He did a spot at Columbia and like got like booed off. Not booed, but like they kicked him out.
Are you related? Last name?
Yeah. Oh, no. You tricked me. No. I am not related. You got me to say yes.
Yeah, I fucked with you. I'm like
And
a
then,
salesman.
Yeah. And then,
Sign.
yeah. Are you Indian? Yes. Are you Indian? Yes. Are you vegetarian? Yes. Would you like to sign here? Yes. So you're just in the flow state.
And you're done. Yeah. Shiv, where can people find you? Social media, links, the whole deal.
Yeah. On Instagram at Shiv the Camilter.
How do you spell that? Because that sounds tough.
I used to be comedian, but I became a realtor, and I'm not as active in that anymore. But like so see Shiv SHIV the, you can figure that one out. If you can't, then ask, I guess.
Yeah.
Ask, I guess.
You're almost there.
The Camilter, Comealtor.
And I made him spell it, but I'm going to put it in the description anyway.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. It would be really funny if I messed up the spelling of my handle.
And people go follow some weird guy. The Camilter.
Yeah, Camilter.
Is that it? Just Instagram?
It's like a runner who's a comedian.
Yeah.
A Camilter. Yeah. He's like, I run and do comedy at the same time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Any other? Yeah. It's like trying to hang up on your fucking uncle that doesn't know when to stop talking.
Yeah. I wanted to be awkward. We just look at each other.
Any other social media, or is it just Instagram?
Instagram. I've Twitter. I think I'm also Shiv the Camilter there as well. It could be Shiv the Comedian.
Okay.
But I think it's the Camilter. I wanted to keep it consistent. So one of the two on Twitter. And then that's pretty much it right now. TikTok, Shiv the Camilter again, I think, or Comedian.
Nice.
I got to look at it again.
That's all right.
Because
We'll figure it out.
I switched my brand from Comedian to Camilter. But I think it's all Camilter now.
Right.
So if anyone wants to go through the motions of trying to figure out which is my handle, in addition to taking the time to follow me, trying to figure out which one I am.
That's right.
I think that was a super smooth plug. I think everyone's going to be like, I want to figure it out.
You're on Rogan tomorrow. That's what I think. Listen, my friend, thank you so much for coming on. This was a lot of fun. We'll do it again.
Oh, for sure. Thank you. Thanks for having me. It was super chill.
It'll be a little nicer of a setup. Make sure, most importantly, you follow the show and you subscribe to the show and you tell your friends about it and you follow me on my social media. Mine. And I'm looking at the camera now.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even look at the camera.
No, I don't want you to look.
Well, I can look in and say stuff, right?
You could, yeah.
I completely blew that. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, it's fine.
Yeah. I'm saying I'm sorry to the audience, not you.
No, but I'm saying it's cool.
Yeah. Well,
they won't mind.
But I care about what not you. I'm talking to them.
Right. I want to speak for them now. But listen, do all the things that I already said, and have a great rest of your week. Thank you guys. Peace.
Yeah. Thank you. Come again.
Hey, I'm back to reiterate all the stuff that I said at the top of the show. Follow and subscribe. Bye-bye.